hives. Well then, broadcast this. We're getting my mother back. Then we're burning your damn hive to the ground!
Hey guys, Shadowz here, welcome back to a brand new Gears of War 4 video being set 25 years since the events of Gears of War 3. Gears 4 is introducing a lot of new to the franchise, continuing the storyline of Planet Sierra in the Gears of War universe, with new protagonist characters JD, Kate and Del, new enemies being these mysterious swarm creatures. But for today's video, we are going to be talking about what happened to Reyna Diaz and Oscar Diaz from what we know so far. Recently, in an interview with Windows Central and creative director Chuck O'Shea from the Carlton studio, we learned about the fate of Reyna Diaz and Oscar Diaz, with what happens with these characters quite early on into the game itself. So at E3 2016, the Coalition Studio was showcasing some gameplay from the campaign referred to as The Fort, which I personally uploaded a small teaser of onto the channel itself, but the playable section on the E3 show floor was a lot longer, being roughly around 30 minutes or so. The gameplay begins shortly after the kidnapping of the Outsiders village that Reyna Diaz was leader of, being the mother of character Kate. So she has been kidnapped by the mysterious creatures known as the Swarm, as well as everybody else that JD, Del and Kate knew from the Outsiders camp they are currently from. Now the whole reasoning behind why the Swarm are kidnapping people, we don't actually know, and that is of course something that we will learn about while we play the game ourselves. Now the disappearance of the Outsiders and Reyna took place before this Fort gameplay you're watching begins, so the squad of JD, Kate and Del set out to rescue her and the others, while also recruiting Oscar Diaz, Kate's uncle. Just as the gameplay recorded starts, however, Oscar is also kidnapped, confusing our three characters, being JD, Kate and Del, who are trying to figure out how to go after him, which is really the introduction of the Swarm enemies for the first time ever in Gears of War 4. For Oscar Diaz being kidnapped, he was actually taken by a Swarm enemy known as the Snatchers. These enemies have been teased in the official cover art for the game itself, being these crazy looking mantis spider-like creatures, being larger than humans themselves. Oscar was actually swallowed whole by the creature, and while Snatchers don't actually digest the people they kidnap and take, but their fate is possibly worse. Victims taken by these Swarm Snatchers are soon encased in fleshy red pods to incubate them, which is definitely something closing in on the Swarm origins. So there you have it, that's what we know so far about what happens to the characters Oscar Diaz and Reyna Diaz quite early on into the game itself. Hopefully they don't die, being the first game they are introduced to, but anything can obviously happen depending on what the Coalition Studio has got planned for us when it comes to Gears of War 4. Give this video a thumbs up and share it if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you aren't already. Thanks for watching, and as always, I shall see you on the next one.